If I may indulge myself for a moment and start by paraphrasing a joke about going north of Watford, those who live in the north sometimes have little idea how attractive the countryside is south of London. At weekends, Londoners and those residing in the county flock to the Surrey Hills for relaxation, but during the week it becomes an oasis of calm and only 20 miles from the City of London. The Surrey Hills area of outstanding natural beauty also includes the North Downs through Surrey. The main towns are Farnham, Guildford, Dorking, Reigate and Oxted. But where are the Surrey Hills? The backbone of the protected area is the North Downs, a line of hills and cousins of the South Downs stretching from Farnham in the west eastwards into Kent, terminating at the White Cliffs of Dover. Between the North and South Downs is the Weald, a softer landscape that rather a long time ago resembled a dome rising to a higher elevation than the Downs, but now eroded by natural forces save for a patch south of a line between Dorking and Farnham that has resisted erosion. These greensand hills are the topographical Surrey Hills, which, for the convenience of determining the boundary of the AONB, are joined by the North Downs. The Surrey Hills have their honeypots, and they include Newlands Corner, Leith Hill and Box Hill, best avoided at weekends. Yet step a few yards away and you could find yourself alone, where the true spirit of this landscape becomes apparent. I will lead you to some of these places, but slipping into a honeypot occasionally when nobody is about. Now, one thing that you quickly learn about Surrey, apart from the amount of traffic, is that the countryside is heavily wooded. Easy to escape from life's pressures and, of course, good for the environment. In fact, it is the most heavily wooded county per square mile in the country. That is, in density, not quantity. Counties like Cumbria, Northumberland, for example, because of their size, probably have more trees. We also have quite a bit of heathland and a few houses. I might add that the public transport is pretty good too. Trees are good for concealing things. You wouldn't believe that there are two motorways down there, the M23 and 25. This shot, taken from the North Downs Way, the long-distance trail through the AONB, was recently reproduced on the front cover of a calendar, but I didn't tell the client about the motorways. You can just see the road grinding its way up Reigate Hill, and you can take the trail via Gatton Park, a landscape created by Capability Brown, to the hill for the fantastic views, and do continue, incidentally, to Collie Hill. If, on the other hand, you arrive by car or horse, it is Junction 8 on the M25 for Reigate. Then take the first left off the A217 and head for the car park. Stane Street. That's the name given to a Roman road, but not much is visible today. Like today's motorways in Roman times, it was the main route out of London towards the south coast when Chichester, which the Romans called Novia Magus, had greater importance. Stane Street passes through the market town of Dorking, and whilst its importance as a major route to the coast has since declined, as late as the 19th century it was still a major staging route, and some of the town's buildings reflect that period. Furthermore, Denby's Vineyard in the Mole Valley, that is a river gap in the Downs incidentally, is thought to be close to the site of a former Roman vineyard. One of the best ways to explore the North Downs using public transport is by train, as the North Downs line runs along the base of the hill for almost its entire length in Surrey. A light at Chilworth for St. Martha on the Hill, and at 573 feet above sea level, the church has splendid southerly views to the Surrey hills. The location has a checkered history. The present church is 19th century, but built on the site of a Saxon church and thought to be the place where pagan Saxons burnt Christian martyrs. More recently, the church was disguised as a clump of trees to prevent it from being bombed during the Second World War. On a recent visit, I was caught by a sudden shower. I suffered for my art, but my camera has weather seals, so I got some fabulous shots even though I was soaked to the skin, but a brisk walk back down the hill soon sorted that out. Whilst gazing across the Tillingbourne Valley, I cannot leave out the main peaks of the Surrey Hills. Despite their popularity, they are Pitch Hill, Holmby Hill and Leith Hill, the highest point not only in Surrey but the southeast of England. It rises to 965 feet, a few feet short of being officially classified as a mountain, so a folly was built to make up the shortfall. Within walking distance is Friday Street, its hammer pond enclosed by pine woods and possibly a relic from the Wealden iron industry. Today it is a popular beauty spot in the Surrey Hills, with a car park for motorists who may also be visiting the Stephen Langton pub. The quintessentially English villages of Abenjahammer, Shear and Albury between Dorking and Guildford used to be more active than the havens of peace they present today, but avoid weekends. In addition to the local iron industry, there was a gunpowder factory at Chilworth, and some of its buildings remain. Time is marked at Abenjahammer, where a famous clock has a blacksmith figure standing proudly over the main road. Shear is Surrey's chocolate box village, attracting writers and artists and many walkers who start their adventure here either by ascending the nearby North Downs or by taking a gentler walk through Albury Park to the 1,000-year-old church. However, don't miss Albury Village, its buildings exhibiting fine examples of some amazing tall chimneys, the work of Augustus Pugin. Guildford is the county town of Surrey. It has a cathedral, but is not a city. All roads lead to the town, also the railway and even a river. It was possible to travel down the River Wey from the Thames and join the Wey and Arun Canal to reach the English Channel at Littlehampton. As for footpaths, the North Downs Way crosses the Wey just to the south of the town. Beyond Guildford, the North Downs tapers down to a narrow ridge, and a main road runs the entire length of its crest, where motorists tend to do a ton. The North Downs end, or start, at Farnham, the last Surrey town before Hampshire beckons. Farnham enjoys a rich history. Its park once the scene of royal hunts and a castle dating back to Norman times that was previously the residence of bishops of Winchester. A few miles to the south at Frensham are two ponds constructed with the intention of supplying fish for the bishop's table, which they produced in abundance. Frensham Pond is open to the public, and a complete circuit of its shoreline can be taken. When nearing the end of a photo location program, I become increasingly aware of what I have left out. Wending my way back to where I started, they include Waverley Abbey, the first Cistercian house in the country, the vast tract of heathland known as Thursley Common, the eccentric Watts Chapel at Compton, secluded Peaslake Village, Gumpshall Mill, the breathtaking view of Wootton Church, and the grand houses at Hatchlands and Polesden Lacey. And despite its overwhelming popularity, I haven't included Box Hill. If these riches weren't enough, who said there is nothing worth seeing south of London? There are proposals to extend the AONB boundary. Omitted from the first draft was Tilburstow Hill, south of Godstone. You know, that's the village better known as Junction 6 on the M25 motorway. Now take the Greensand Way south of the hill and you can't hear the motorway, but you might hear and catch sight of planes entering and departing Gatwick Airport, which for the moment have been curtailed.